ULIP vs mutual fund. 9 things that you don't know about the difference between both these things. So that is what I'm going to share today. So hi, hello, this is Ganesh Santuru, your stock market profit coach and author of the book One Page Stock Market Plan. I help in multiplying your money by investing in stock market. And today I'm just going to speak about ULIP vs mutual fund. What is the major difference? 9 things I'm going to share. So if you're clear with these things, you will choose which is the best one for you, which is the right product, right? So I'm just going to start with the first important point. Before that, please click the subscriber link so that you get interesting videos on all these wealth creating opportunities. The first difference, one is the insurance with investment, which is nothing but your ULIP policy. They are being sold as insurance with investment, whereas mutual fund is a pure investment policy. So this is the first and major difference between ULIP and mutual funds. So whenever if you're mixing two things together, the effect will be much lesser. But if it is a pure insurance, the effect will be much higher. If it is a pure investment, the effect will be much higher. So that is how you should choose about choosing a product. And the second best thing is the expense ratio in mutual funds and the charges in the case of ULIP. The charges in the case of ULIP and most of the ULIPs are in between 8 to 9% or 10%. And as and when your age increases, the mortality charges is going to increase. And till the first 5 years, the rates are going to be somewhere around 7 to 9%. And after that, it may be around for minimum 5 to 6% from sixth year onwards. On top of it, the mortality charges will be higher whenever you are growing more than 50 or 55, and that is where the problem of higher expense ratios will kick in. And there are few ULIP policies where if you're buying it over online, the expense ratios, the charges are much lesser. But most of the ULIP policies sold in banks, that is where the mis-selling happens mostly with higher expense ratios. Whereas in the case of mutual funds, in the case of equity, the expense ratio is around 2.5% cap, and if the mutual fund is has higher asset size, and if it is in the industry for more than 10-15 years, the expense ratio comes down to 1.5% or even 1.25%. That is the kind of expense ratio we have with respect to mutual funds, and that is a huge advantage, right? So this is a second point. And the third point is the GST is no GST. In case of ULIP policies, some of the units will be deducted in the name of GST. That is a huge advantage. But that is being sold as the fourth point, let me say, about taxation. Whereas in the case of mutual funds, there is nothing called GST. You will be deducted lesser load, and there is no entry load. While exit also, if it is more than 12 months or 18 months, depending upon the policy, the returns are going to be totally different. The exit load is going to be totally nil if it is more than 18 months. That is a huge differentiation factor which is not being said by anybody, and this is being clubbed with taxation. So but I mentioned it as a separate point. When it comes to ULIP, the taxation is going to be almost ULIP taxation is like, as I said, it is being promoted as if it is more than a lakh, if it is being held till 5 years, whatever you are going to have is tax free. And now it is a tax exemption scheme, but right now it has been capped. I think up to 2.5 lakhs, it is a tax free returns. Whereas the returns are anywhere going to be around 7 to 8% or 9%, at the max 10 to 12%. Whereas in the case of mutual funds, there is a possibility of 10 to 12% or more. That is a huge differentiating factor which you should consider before putting your money in ULIP and consider mutual funds, right? And the fourth point is different combinations which is available in the form of in the ULIP, whereas choosing a particular fund in mutual funds, because in mutual funds we have mid cap fund, large cap fund, small cap fund, and everything in the name itself, and it is easy to choose. And if your long term goal is say 15 years, you can easily choose small cap fund or foreign fund offer, which can give you better returns in the long run. Whereas in the case of ULIP policy, in the beginning you should say, and if you're wise enough, you will be choosing it, and it's difficult for us to choose the combination of between all the 8 to 10 things, and based on the market condition you should choose, and they will confuse, and they say n number of switches, but what is the use? The rupee cost averaging is not going to come. The rupee cost averaging, if they start saying that point, then it is easy to go for, then everyone will ask to go for mutual funds. So they won't bring in the rupee cost averaging. They will just say switch over is much easier in ULIP than in mutual funds. But in the case of mutual fund, you can always switch over from debt to equity, equity to debt. That you can always do anytime. You can do. Nobody is going to stop you, and you know when you should switch. Whenever the your goal is reached or whenever your corpus is reached, you can always put it back to debt funds so that the capital is preserved, right? So that is how you will start doing it, and then that brings into the next point. There is no goal specific. As I said, if your goal is 15 years, you can usually choose a long term better performing small cap, and the expense ratio is also going to be less. Whereas in ULIP policy, there is no goal specific. No goal specific. It's going to be a 10-year, 5-year premium term, or 7-year premium term, or 10-year policy, or 20 years policy. Point blank. Nothing else. And you can't choose, and maybe a child insurance policy. And in between, if you're choosing, you can't choose any differentiating factor in ULIP. Whereas in mutual funds, you can choose funds for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or whatever may be the number of years. Say your child is 7 years down the lane, you can't choose a ULIP because it will be like you can't take that money. Whereas in the case of mutual funds, within 7 years, which are the funds you can invest? You can do that. All these combinations are possible because the clarity is there based on the fund name itself, and also you know what is your goal. Any distributor will ask you what is your financial goal, and based on that he will be suggesting, right? Or else even if you go to a registered investment advisor, he will ask you a goal and suggest funds based on that. And how the mis-selling is happening, because this is an important point. In most of the banks, that is where the cross product selling happens, because banks are totally different, insurance companies are different. If you go to SBI, they may be promoting a SBI insurance products. If you go to ICICI or Kotak or anywhere, the cross selling promotion happens, and that is where out of pressure these managers say, this is from Kotak, please go for it, nothing will happen, you will get better returns. And whereas the long term benefit, if you consider in mutual funds, it's going to be huge. Even if you invest and forget it in mutual funds, that is going to be a huge returns. Say for example, you're going to an SBI, instead of ULIP policy, if you're taken a SBI tax saver fund, in the long run of say 10 years, or even in the case of 3 years, it's a lump sum investment you are done, it's a mis-selling. But after 3 years, there is a possibility of you getting around 10 to 12%. Whereas in the case of ULIP, you need to wait till 5 years. On top of it, the expense ratio is going to eat up your money, and they will ask you what kind of risk you can take, or they may put it in your guild fund, government funds. And the returns what you're going to get out of government funds is very minimal, 8 to 9% on an average. And in 5 years, the expense ratio is going to eat up that return, and whatever you're going to get is investing 5 lakh, and you will be getting less than 4.5 or 5 lakhs only. So it's almost like returns are zero, right? So the long term benefit is huge in mutual funds. Even if there is an initial mis-selling, if somewhat okay, right, you will be getting it. And in the case of returns, again, there is a possibility of capital getting eroded. That is how the ULIP policies got started in the beginning. What I'm saying is in 2008-9 period, where after the severe crisis of mortgage crisis which happened in US, that affected Indian stock market, wiped off most of the ULIP policies. Many of them lost money, and even I started learning because of that one incident. I lost almost 40-50% in the initial few years, and then I persisted, waited. Even after 7 years, what I got is my capital was back, but the returns were never back. And more recently, one of my friend invested in almost 10 lakhs for 10 years, and what he got is around 9.5 lakhs. So this is how the ULIP returns are. ULIP returns are whatever they are projecting. I don't know how the projections are happening. Maybe out of 10 people, maybe 2 or 3 are getting good returns, and that too positive. That's what I can say. But majority of them, even in Clubhouse, when I had a discussion, everybody said I have been missold. I don't know how much returns. Can I quickly sell it off? No option. You need to wait for 5 years, right? And this is the point, because it has been sold as a 5-year product, because that is what it irritates me. Whereas in mutual fund, we always say it is a 4 to 5 years period, or 7 years or more. You should stick to your goal. That is how the selling should happen. And most of the people, if you approach a registered investment advisor, you know how it needs to be done, because they can't misguide. And AMFI people also, AMFI registered mutual fund distributor like me, we go with the guidelines given by AMFI. We can't say promise more, or we can't say which we cannot tell. If this is a case, it's really it really, you should believe that people and invest. Whereas in the case of banking, banks, you go to banks, most of the times that is where the mis-selling happens, and that is where the insurance agents, they sell it as a 5-year product, whereas in mutual fund it's a long-term product from the beginning. And AMFI ads also says it. Whereas in the case of ULIP, most of the time some of the people don't even consider how much we should pay, and after checking the returns after 3 years or 4 years, they say the returns are less. What mistake is that with the product, and how much I will get even after 5 years? And after 5 years also, if the returns are less, they go panic, right? Because paying 50,000 for 5 years is a huge amount. 1 lakh per year for 5 years is a huge amount for all these people, right? So this is a problem with most of the things. So understand the difference between ULIP and a mutual fund, because this happened with one of my initial time period. Because when I approached, he was very much confident. I was suggesting about mutual funds. What I'm saying is almost 5 6 years before, and that person, he was working with me. He was not even ready to listen to me. He was almost like, I know everything about ULIP policy and I am clear. And for sure, he may be thinking about, did I make a mistake? Because the returns what you're going to get even after the 5 years time period, even after the lockdowns and everything, I mean in the last 1 year, the returns are very very less. Whereas in mutual funds and stock market, automatically the compounding effect had kicked in the 5 years. If you had invested, for sure you may be sitting in close to 15% and above. Any fund has given 15%, even the moderate funds. That is the advantage of sticking with a mutual fund for long term. Whereas in ULIP policy, the returns are much lesser and it's not worth the money you invest. So go for term insurance and go for mutual funds, which is a deadly combination which can help you to achieve your goals. And thank you so much for watching. If you had liked this video, please share this video with your friends and they may also like it and share it. So thank you so much. And from now on, ULIP is different, mutual funds is different. Thank you so much.